Tom Miller, I don't know when, sometimes there's a delay in the video start. So Tom Miller was writing to Doss here. Doss, here's your link. I clicked on it to see what he was sharing with you. And this might be a game, I only clicked on the one, a game changer for start of the collapse. Now I keep hearing about the pool being initially, they're saying that the pool was collapsing. This is the lady that says she was on the phone and got the data. Let's listen.
To the beach, to be closer to the little sister she fears is lost forever. Cassie Stratton lived on the 4th floor of the Champlain Towers South. This is what remains.
She was on the phone with her husband, and then it was like...
Oh, so it's the third person. She was on the phone with the husband. But yet she's doing it like she was there, because she's going to put the phone to her hair here.
Honey.
She does this. Yeah. So, I don't know if I could, I don't know about this. The husband is what I want to hear, and I want to see the phone call. Because they're going to have the pool, she sees the pool go down first. This is a different game altogether.
The pool's caving in. The pool's sinking in, and he's like, what are you talking about? And she said, the pool, it's sinking in the ground.
So she's looking out the window at 2 a.m. in the morning, 4th floor, maybe it's lit out there, and she can see the pool caving into the ground. All right, it's definitely possible, depending on lighting.
The ground is shaking.
But she didn't say a flash or anything. The pool's caving in. The lady didn't say she heard an explosion. She didn't say that she saw a flash or a bang. She's stating that the pool's caving in.
And she said, the pool, it's sinking in the ground. The ground is shaking.
Now the ground is shaking. So that sounds like the ground is shaking, huh? How does she know the ground is shaking? She can observe it? I mean, she's dead, but so she sees it? Does she theorize the ground is shaking? Or does she feel it? She didn't say, I'm shaking.
Everything's shaking.
And then she says everything's
and then
shaking.
She screamed a death-curdling scream, and the phone hung up, and we've never been able to find her ever again. I gotta be realistic. My sister's dead.
They've never
Sister's way younger than her in that image.
experienced anything like this in Florida. Building collapses of this nature simply don't happen here. Rescuers faced with an almost unsurmountable challenge.
All right, so we got that one. Let's see what else my man got here. Is Tom. What else you got here, Tom? Start at 2:15. Tom says start at 2:15. I don't know if the first one or the second one he's saying start at.
There's about half a unit left. I look directly ahead of us, which is where the elevators are, and it's just...
From utter tragedy. Albert and his family know how lucky they are.
I look to the left, and the unit directly next to us is sheared off. There's about half a unit left. I look directly ahead of us, which is where the elevators are, and it's just a hole. We got to the pool area. We had to do another 3-foot jump, and we were able to make it there. And then at that point is where I think we all looked back and saw the actual damage. We had no idea.
Families of the missing are questioning whether this...
So this, we have this at the column.
I saw the actual damage. We had no idea.
Families...
So we have this at the column. I've been going over this pool thing with the drawings, trying to see how many columns away the pool is. Would it not be two-directional, though? Would it not also go to the left, to the building to the left, where we have the image of the cabling down? So the pool is roughly here. Why did it not go this direction also? Why this direction? Remember, it's pulling. And where we get a pull here. So let me go to the video of someone shared with me. It's this is the name of the video. Structural engineer guy here. Well, I'm biased because he's supporting my position also. at saying that a column, a column first. Listen.
Area of expertise, what kind of preliminary conclusions have you reached?
Obviously, in the video, it's very dramatic. And obviously, it looks like a support condition at one of the lower columns towards the middle of the building.
Support condition, lower column, middle of the building. That's what I came up with too with the when we look at this. Now, but you know, I try to make it work with this pool too. So I have to have the pool ripping down, but the pool rips this way too, and it only tears to here, and it pulls down maybe the decking to right about here. Well, everyone has this tearing way over to here and doing it. I don't know which room she's in, the fourth floor. That would be very nice to be able to fourth floor looking out. But he also has it there. Has it there. So let's go back to what he said there. 220, 215.
Of the missing are questioning whether this tragedy had been foreshadowed. I've been told of flooding in the building, of construction work and sinkholes, but the mayor says it's not the time for apportioning blame.
No Australians were involved in the Miami building collapse. Consular assistance is being provided to 2 Australians.
All right, so let's go to his other video. Maybe it's 215 in this one. Let's see what he has for us.
Crews say a fire burning in the wreckage of Thursday's deadly building collapse is slowing the search for survivors.
Certainty.
I think I'm trying to brace myself for the worst and the best, and it's really hard just not knowing. It's just the worst part.
Sergio Lozano is looking for his parents.
I was on the phone with her at 1:30. She called.
He was on the phone at 1:30. They said the building collapsed at 1:20, put a ring camera. All right, so 1:30.
Me up, and she said, "I think there's an earthquake."
It's interesting. We show it going pretty fast, but now this guy's saying he had time to make a phone call. She had time to make a phone call. So, is this the pool that they're referencing? The pool failure, and then she makes the phone call. So this pool failure seems like the pool failure might be first, because it's 2 people now that are saying that that they made a time to make a phone call. Let's back that up.
Lozano is looking for his parents.
I was on the phone with her at 1:30. She called me up, and she said, "I think there's an earthquake." And she looked down the balcony, and
Wait a minute, she might be an existing building. The other one too.
the pool area had kind of a sinkhole.
Okay.
And then the building started to shake, rattle, and she screamed, and then the phone went dead.
Forensic inspectors wonder whether something failed underneath the building. To support its weight, the tower's builder...
So here's this pool that's supposed to be doing all this craziness. You know, the pool looks pretty intact. So, and there's a slope of it here. So the pool is caving in, they said. And here, over here, we see that that's below the pool. But everybody's describing the pool failing, but it looks like it's going up to the pool. Unless the pool was higher than this grade here, which it doesn't appear to be. I'm really 2 phone calls about this pool failure again.
...had to drive concrete pilings deep into the sandbar. One coastal threat, saltwater intrusion.
I didn't know they went to the sandbar. I thought there would be skin surface tension, skin friction. I thought they made it down to limestone with this.
It can seep into the concrete, corrode the steel inside the pilings, and worst case, shift.
All right, so we're talking hypothetical pretty far there. So 215. I love how they bring the FIU guy up here. Is that him? The FIU engineer to come forward and talk. He couldn't even figure out his fucking bridge was going to collapse. And now they got him stating stuff.
Penetrate into the column, the source of where the water is coming from, and did that penetrate into the...
inside the pilings, and worst case, shift the base of a building. After the calamity, officials reportedly saw a hole opening up under the garage.
They will try to see where the source of where the water is coming from, and did that penetrate into the columns and foundations?
That's the FIU guy, I think, right? That's his, the head that runs the engineering department there.
Is an attorney representing the company.
Yeah, whatever. That's useless. So look, can we get the pool going first, and then the I'm working on that. See, I'm working at there. I'm trying to find the columns that would pull as the decking falls. That would pull on this guy right here. You know, are they in line? Out the supports out to the pool. So I'm working on that. I'm trying to make it happen where the pool can reach that far with all those columns there, the supporting columns, that it could somehow just start pulling them all down and make it over there and then pull on that one column by chance. I don't have it because we have a collapse over here. It's evident. This goes down. It appears it goes this direction, and as it's shearing this direction, it takes out the underside of this direction. It takes out the underside of this decking here out to here, and then there's the car loads on it there. And I believe the pool is up here. I mean, they're down here right now. This is probably the water from busted pipes, etc. But this car did pretty good. Look, it just dropped down. And it only dropped down one deck. We're not talking multiple decks here. It's one deck and the column is there. And it's closer to the pool than the other column. So would not this column want to fail more so? You know, depending on how integral it is with the column. Could it pull it pull it away? You know, these columns say no. Because all of these columns have been stripped and didn't pull them out of a plumb at all. So I'm going to try to work on the pool thing here, but can we have that liquefaction going on, something that caused it? That brings us back to that damn earthquake guy that I said was ridiculous. That's a weird thing. It is. We have an image like this. Give me a second here. So this is jacketing. If they will try to, reinforce the columns that are already being impacted. Oh, excuse me. This just gives it a little more rigidity at the top there. It's still got to transfer down the same size column as below the surface. This is the existing building right here. This pool is, which we can't see, is way back here. These cars are up here, and there's that white line right there. So this deck is an upper deck. You can see the cars. So we get the upper deck falling, and that's around that plane right about there. That drops down. That causes this secondary deck, this deck, to drop down one. So we got upper and lower there. So this deck right here loads on top of this deck, causes this deck to fail. This deck under here. Apparently cars are under there perhaps. But this deck falling, can it rip? It's only going to fall so much, but can it make it from the pool, which I can't give you an image of. I've been trying to get one from the pool over. Can it get over there? And then I was going to try to superimpose the columns to see if I can get to that column right, this column here. What I can get, though, is multiple extra, not per the drawings that they submitted to us, the extra details, wraparound porches. This is the south building. It's totally different. You see there's a slight step down. Looks like you can go right into the driveway. Here's the pool here. Here is a corner here that just is integral out to this column here, and then tying over to this column over here. It's a totally different structure. So if people are getting scared there and you get my video, I would like to offer you some cheap money for your condo because you're scared of living there. I don't want you to be scared. Sell it to me for cheap. This is the one, yeah, I'm trying. Hey, listen, this is the other floors that are not part of the drawings. Now, it's not saying it's not there. My cat is actually, oh, I thought it was him knocking on the door. So, there's the pool way over here to your left. So we have to get it from here all the way over to here. And we got people on the fourth floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's saying the pool is falling. Yeah, I guess you can see there. Pool is falling in. She's calling him. Someone else gets on the phone. She hears that this goes down. She gets on the phone. Time to make the phone call. See, that's why I have a problem with that video. They need to show more of that video. That video has a lot more content in it. And they're holding out on us for some damn reason. You know, this is what I'm driving at. So people said the earthquake, let's hit that. And it came over here and pinpointed this one structure right here. It missed this one, all of these came in here, made a turn, or did it hit the pool? Made a turn and went to here. And yet we have nothing else that's settling over here. No liquefaction discovered here. We're talking about it. We got people on the beach. So, you know, I don't, that's just throwing shit out there to be throwing it out there. There's that extra wraparound, and there's an extra, I think, concrete canopy right here. Right, I think it's supposed to be, anyway, 2 canopy, anyway, I'm not going down that rabbit, that with you guys again. We went over that. Okay, there it is. So it's concrete, I'm sorry, the steps back. So this was a concrete top, railing, and railing. Railing, and that is a railing, but there it appears to be concrete. So it's got some extra loading going on there. How much of significance? I don't know. We got some breaking up here, but we also have breaking down the bottom, buckling down the bottom of some type. So this could kind of be explained up here with this transition of if it's still existing per plans. And the plans didn't change because they might give us a red herring looking in the wrong direction. That's 4,000 psi concrete up here, I think it is. They reduced it, and yet they added more loads. So that could be an issue, and that would be right about where the next transition of 5,000 psi would take over. So you could have this 4,000 failing with the extra loads, hitting and the 5,000 being the delay before the next break happens. And also you need to know the contractor, you know, you need to test this concrete. They got columns and they got the concrete, the pads there, they can test that stuff. They can core test it still. Okay, so I want to end the video with that, just saying that I'm not, you know, I'm trying to make the pool, tie in the columns of that deck, the columns of the this deck over to here, but this pool is pretty deep. As you can see, it doesn't appear to be connected column-wise. No columns are underneath of it supporting it. But yet people are talking about the pool caving in. I'd like to see a picture of the image now of the pool. Did it cave in? Did it rotate? Or did just around here rotate? Or everything around it rotated? Because you can see there's no columns underneath of it. Bottom of swimming pool. And we're at the garage level floor plan. And they're saying it's the bottom of the swimming pool, and then there's your columns. So I don't have the pool. I mean, I really tried to see if I can get you over there from there, you know, get there from here type thing. But we can't discount the video times 2. 2 people doing the third. Well, the one person talked directly, right? I think it was directly, and the other person was indirect. A conversation. That they saw the pool cave in, and I think maybe they're looking at this cave in, but nevertheless, we need to get this to cave in. And that video that they have is being quite nasty, not giving up the beginning of it. It just jumps into the collapse here. But yet, did this collapse first? It's still, these columns are still status quo. They're good. But that's what I'm saying, that maybe the 4,000 collapsed, made it down to 5,000, gave it a little bit of break, and then boom, then took it down to 6,000, a little more resistance. When I say 6,000, those are the columns, how they stepped it up in strength, 6,000, 5,000, 4,000. But this clearly, to me, looks like this column's going. can we get the deck collapsing first and then pulling on this column? That's probably what I can do. I could probably discount this pool being the beginning, that maybe they just thought the pool was collapsing, but in reality the deck is collapsing. And at one point it pulled over the one column that's there. That would be very nice, because then we have nothing facetious. We have an action that can get us there. So that would be the deck failing first. We've got reports of the deck being shit. We've got these guys doing some injections on it, some epoxy injections. The thing is, did the engineer approve those epoxy injections? I know he slandered them, you know, he slapped them around. I don't mean slander to people. I meant slander them, meaning talk bad about it. Talk bad about the epoxy injections, but did he or she or someone approve those epoxy injections initially, and then they were installed incorrectly, and he or she believed they were installed correctly, so gave it a check mark, meaning okay? So that would be nice to know. So yes, I can get to there from here if we can get to that column, that decking, and see it pull over this guy. So if we can get these guys pulling onto, say, this one. I don't know if that's M. Yeah, they're not even labeling these. What's this? M is what I need to get to. Is it back here? Because part of this is decking, so I'm quite, you know, not oriented. Okay, there's the stairwell, so it's back here. Wow, you got to really get there from there. So people observe what they appear to pool falling. I think they saw the deck falling. So the deck is collapsing. It pulls. Oh, no, we got punch here, because we see these standing up in the image. I remember now, these are standing proud in the image, standing up. So these punch around, but then we're saying that, and it drops down, so it's going to lose its force as it just drops straight down. If it could have pulled it over, fall towards us, that would have had even more of a loading, a shifting that would take place to be able to pull on one column if you can get it in line. But let me do this before we end this video. So the collapse, surf side. So let it fix it. Images. So we have the, let's see, the rescue workers. You'll see that. I remember that because I've commented to that effect with you guys, saying, "Hey, look, they're the numbers on the columns." And with the firemen, where were they? Oh, firemen. So Twitter has it. So hold on, I've got to go to Miami-Dade Fire Department, and then I'll end the video with that. Yeah, taking a minute to get loaded up. Yeah. I thought I was following them. I guess I'm not. It was in Miami-Dade. Okay, they're lifting out the slabs and columns and straps. I like that. They need to label it though. Forensically label it now. This doesn't appear to be labeled. No way they're going to put that back down on the slab, right? So let me get you that image, the image. It's over here, I think, with them. Really? Come on. Yeah, I think it's going to be in this image here. Yeah, so here's our deck. There's our cars. There's column 72 and there's column 42. As you can see, they're standing proud, and this is the top deck. There's the looks like it appears to be the stamped concrete, and it just punched downwards, and it punched around these columns is what I'm driving at. So I don't get there from here, meaning I can't to pulling it over. You do see where these decks pancaked, and when they pancake, they sheared themselves from the column, the support columns, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors sheared themselves from the column. This would be one of the best indicators right here. How many floors sheared themselves, pancaked, because they didn't break and take a column with them. They sheared from the column. One, well, I can count the one above it then, I guess, can I? 1, 2, 3, appears to be 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is the building, the back wall. I think it's the back wall because this is the roof. And that'd probably be the back wall. Once it went down, it probably stripped itself down, and this column happened to fall this direction, which was very nice. It didn't fall in the street as much. But here it is there. The heads of these guys are gone. This looks like one level. That looks like one level. There's no steel sticking up here. So this is the pool deck level, I believe, right here. And there's your yeah, because that's your numbering below, and there's nothing above it. I don't think so. I think this is your pool deck level, and now they're not showing the pool in this image. Isn't that great? It came that close to showing the pool, and it's not shown. And then here's the cars. They went down one stairs, one flight from here. Yeah, I don't have. And then right about here is it's our luck again, right? The pool's right about here, and we can't see it. No, that's a railing in the distance. So somebody uses zoom lens, and it does compression. It's called in photography. It pulls it in. Things can appear closer than what they are. Compression, if you guys want to look it up in photography. You use a zoom lens, you'll pull this to make it'll look closer to that. In reality, it might not be. And there's the floors that, again, came from that. This was like an interesting angle because it doesn't look like that in real life. And there's a slight buckle in there. It doesn't appear to show that. Okay, so let's see if we get lucky and show the pool while he's in this demo. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. All right, so no pool shot of that afterwards. You guys can get me one of those. That'd be awesome. Let's find that pool shot. That would be nice. All right, so I am trying to get there from here. Hey, and shout out to Doss's man, Tom Miller, writing this. And Doss has one. Tom Miller has fire in the pool garage area. Here's one more. Here's the third one. So Doss, here's your reply from Tom. Here's
Building records from the city of Surfside about the Champlain Towers South include detailed documentation of problems at that building.
Oh, this is the one we already looked at.
Support system.
Okay. Yeah, this is the one that we're on the same agenda.
And obviously, it looks like a support condition at one of the lower columns towards the middle of the building.
And that's where I already talked about. But with the witnesses, I want to get this. Can we get that? Still get that column collapsing? Not per the video. Can we get the column collapsing first and then everything going? Because we got a phone call we got to take place. We got a lady who apparently was looking out the window at the time of the collapse. So we got to get the deck failing first, which is easy to get with the reports we have. So yes, I can get the deck failing first, and then could it have lost some of it? Remember I talked about in one of the videos how I could get liquefaction to make this fail, or a sinkhole to make it fail. If you can get a removal of some material around the column that goes down into the what do you call it? Down in Florida, they call it shit. I had it in the video. What is it called? Not slate, limestone, I think they call it. So that's their load-bearing. Limestone is their load-bearing surface. I have not found that in the plans, but I believe that's it. So now, let's get all this water happening over the years, stripping away some surface around the outside of one of these columns that go down. Let's say about 100 feet. I know one of the commenters said he misunderstood what I said. I said that I think 175 is the deepest they've gone based on what I've researched, but not on this building. I don't know what they did on this building. But let's say it's down 100 feet, right? And at 100 feet, let's say somehow all this water that there reports that water keeps evaporating. It fills up and evaporates, fills up and evaporates. Well, let's say it happens to be around this column. That would be nice to know. Where is this sump pump they talk about they have? Is it by the front column? I don't know where it is. If you guys can find out, that would be awesome. Because then we have a biased position of where we can get water stripping down this column, stripping it down, making it dimensionally unstable, because below the grade, they counted the soil as being part of the restraint for the column to hold it in there, like stirrups, like to confine it from buckling. You get water stripping that dirt down, or liquefaction, or even a minor sinkhole below this one magically, then you can weaken it where it would buckle. But that would cause that one to go first. And if that's the case, you're not seeing this happening out here in time. Maybe you could see it. I mean, the lady's on the 4th floor. I don't know where on the 4th floor. She didn't say her building rocked. They said that they could see the pool area, they say in pool, but it's pool area, I believe, collapse. So can we get that pump even over here? That would work if we can get one of these failing, and they're not. Let's see. Let me show you the image again. And so they're not. They can't be one of the ones that are standing. Obviously, you just can't have that. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have it be one of the. You can't have it be one of these columns. No, and no, and no. So if you guys can triangulate what 28 is, 42, and whatever's in front of the 42, then it can't be these guys. These guys can't, and there was no lateral movement that tugged on a building at that point from there, because you can see it's just punched right around there, which is, it's like the phone calls are killing me here, because, and the video's killing me, because you can't have a cake and eat it too. You can't have two witnesses, apparent witnesses, stating that they see the pool dropping. The pool that appears not to have dropped. They're hiding images of that. But we have no 28, 42 in this one. This is all just around the pool dropping. Could they have seen the deck drop and confuse it for the pool? Yes. And then we have this total collapse. All right, so that's where I am now. I'm working it out. All right. Take care, guys. Love you all, except for the haters. Bye.